Hello everyone. Welcome to my English channel. Maple here. In today's video, we will learn English through an interesting story. First, you will practice your listening skills by following the story. After that, I'll ask you a few questions to check if you can follow the whole plot. And try to answer the questions out loud to improve your speaking skills. Okay, ready? Here we go!
Everything happens for a reason. Have you ever heard this saying before? Hello guys, I'm Evelyn, and I welcome you all to the story of my life. Want to know how I've gotten here? How long it's taken me to get where I am today? Let's enjoy this video, and I hope you can learn something from it. Everything happens for a reason. I can't count how many times I've been told this. But there's one thing I know, that saying has played an important role in my whole life. Hello everyone. My name is Evelyn Carter, and I am a CEO of an educational agency. To become the successful woman I am today, I had to go through many ups and downs in my life. Seven years ago, I was a girl living the life that many people desire.
Hey!
I had a group of friends who were always by my side, and an amazing family to talk to whenever I was down. I also had a lovely dog who had been my best friend since I was born. But unfortunately, she passed away because of an illness. I remember that I cried so hard that I couldn't face reality at all. My parents consoled me for weeks. They told me that everything happened for a reason. And only when I knew how to let go did I become mature. At that time, I didn't get what they meant at all. Then, do you know what happened after that? A year after my dog's death, I received other shocking news that took me a pretty long time to get over. Want to guess what that was? Well, it all started when one of my relatives suddenly called me in the middle of class. He said that my parents were badly injured in a car accident. When I heard those words, I couldn't stay calm at all. I ran out of the class to everyone's surprise. But when I got to the hospital, it was just too late. The doctors said my parents couldn't make it. At that moment, everything seemed to lapse into silence. I wanted to burst into tears, but somehow I was able to hold it back. And guess what? After my parents left this world, I was depressed for many months. My GPA kept going down, and I didn't have any motivation to study hard. I locked myself in my small dark room and avoided communication as much as possible. Then, I indulged in alcohol and nightclubs so heavily that I almost felt insane. My body begged me to stop, but I couldn't control those addictions. Then one day, my body couldn't bear with me anymore. I got drunk and passed out on the street until a neighbor saw me. He took me to the hospital right after that. I was diagnosed with gastrointestinal bleeding and was hospitalized for a week. While staying there, I met a guy whose name was Harry. He was the same age as me. Harry had been fighting lung cancer in his hospital for years, but he always greeted everyone there with a big smile. Honestly, he was a cheerful and lovely guy. We usually had long conversations almost every afternoon. And he really knew how to make me laugh. Back in that time, Harry was truly a friend of mine who I could freely share all of my happiness and sadness with. One day, Harry told me that he could finally be discharged from the hospital. I felt happy for him. I asked him what he wanted to do after that. He smiled and told me that he would fly to Switzerland and live a blissful life there with his family. Harry giggled when he dreamed about a place where there would be no pain, illness, or hospital. At that moment, I didn't know why I felt so relieved, and I was glad that I had made friends with Harry and with everyone else there. I thought we would keep in touch with each other, until a week later. I finally recovered from my illness and was able to go back home. I couldn't help thinking about Harry's smile while packing my stuff. When I was able to leave, a nurse suddenly came in and gave me a box. I smiled because I knew the gift was definitely from Harry. It should have been something from Switzerland, but unexpectedly, the nurse said that Harry wanted to give it to me after his surgery. I know, right? I was surprised too. The nurse told me that Harry had to undergo a major surgery, and he took his last breath right after the last time we saw each other. I was completely taken aback by the nurse's words. I couldn't believe my eyes at all. And I went home while my heart was still full of sorrow. I didn't know whether I should open the box or not, because I was scared that I couldn't hold back my tears. Then I decided to open it. Inside the box was a lovely postcard. He drew us holding hands together, and he also wrote a few notes for me. He told me that I had to be strong enough to get over all of the bad things in life. Everything happens for a reason, and only when you know how to let go do you become mature. It was exactly what my parents told me a year ago. When reading Harry's letter, I couldn't control my emotions anymore. I tried to stop myself from crying out, but I couldn't. I wished I could go back to the good old days when I hadn't wasted my time on alcohol and nightclubs. I wished that I could be mature enough to realize how I destroyed my health. At that time, I promised myself and Harry that I would move on. I will live the life that Harry had always dreamed of, and I will definitely go to Switzerland for him. I went back to my college life after a month of tragedy. I decided to turn over a new leaf. I applied for a business internship program and successfully got in. I joined many club activities at school to find my potential. I expanded my networking, I went on new journeys and met many new friends. I worked so hard to become who I am today. Now, I finally got what my parents and Harry meant. Everything happens for a reason. I couldn't change the past, but I can choose to move on rather than cry. I couldn't bring my beloved ones back to life, but I can still do something for them by living my life to the fullest. And I believe you guys can do it too. Remember, you only become mature when you know how to let things go. Thanks for listening to my story.
1. How did Evelyn's dog pass away? A. Due to old age. B. Due to an illness. C. The cause of death was not mentioned. B. Due to an illness. 2. What inspired Evelyn to turn her life around? A. Her encounter with Harry. B. Her realization that life is too short to waste. C. Her parents' advice to let go and become mature. A. Her encounter with Harry. 3. How did Evelyn meet Harry? A. They met at a party. B. They were roommates at the hospital. C. They were childhood friends. B. They were roommates at the hospital. 4. What was the message Harry left for Evelyn in the postcard? A. Everything happens for a reason. B. You need to be strong and let go of the past. C. You should live your life to the fullest. B. You need to be strong and let go of the past. 5. What did Evelyn promise herself and Harry after reading his postcard? A. To live her life to the fullest and fulfill Harry's dreams. B. To never forget the pain of her parents' passing. C. To isolate herself from others and avoid further heartbreak. A. To live her life to the fullest and fulfill Harry's dreams.
Okay. How many questions did you correctly answer? Do not be afraid to go over anything you are unsure of. That's the end of today's lesson. See you next time.